Yo, it's Jay, and in this video, I'm going to point out probably what the biggest problem is in the industry. And here's the problem. We all have heard of the whole adage of be more. Yeah, people say be more, right? Be more. But the problem is, with all of this talk of being, what people equate that to is if you be, you will have. Hey, have the right mindset, the right energy, and you will have. And so here's the mismatch. People thinking, hey, look, I'm going to work on my mindset. I'm going to work on flow. I'm going to work on meditation. I'm going to work on being the person, personal development, doing all of the watching videos, reading, doing courses. I'm going to be the person. But here's the problem. People do not focus on what the most important element is, which is this. If you be more, naturally you're going to do more. And in this video, we're going to go through what that actually looks like in terms of people getting results and what that looks like with the whiteboard method in order to get results. So first of all, why don't we look at this? So be more first of all. How do people be more? In my opinion, here it is. We look at the 3 V's to be more. So the first V is vision. Like, we need to really have a vision, which is to really help a group with our gift, with a bleeding neck problem. I think the issue is often people don't really have a group, specific group. It's just general, hey, I want to help men or women. Like, what type? How old are they? Where do they live? They don't tap into their gift. Like, what is your gift? Is it speaking? Is it cooking? Is it dancing? Like, what is the gift? And here it is, the bleeding neck problem. You know, the bleeding neck problem I help to solve is no more sales calls. Use a whiteboard instead of a sales call, right? It's a lot more easier. The next thing that really taps into being more is I help clients tap into their virtue. The number one virtue of my clients is people being generous. Generous with their knowledge, generous with their time, generous with their insights. If people aren't generous with their insights, we don't make a good fit working together. That's just how it is, right? If people can't create the vision, we're not a good fit. Virtual, not a good fit, because this is what we call being. Because if you've got the vision, if you've got the virtue, and then finally, if you've got the value, and the value, I don't mean the value in the marketplace, add value. But the value means what is your internal value. And if it's growth, that's the powerful part, right? So all these 3 elements mean that you be. If you've got a vision, you don't need to tell me you've got a vision. I could see it because you've got the burning desire to serve. I can see it. I can feel it. So that's being, the 3 V's. Most people haven't got those 3 V's. How do I know they've not got those 3 V's? They're not doing. They are not doing. And let me tell you what my students do in order to succeed. So, what my students do in order to succeed are these 3 things. Number 1, magnetizing content. We're not talking about like, hey, I had my Christmas dinner, or my cat is called Kim, I've got one called Chloe, I've got one called Kylie, I've got one called Karen. No one cares about that. Magnetizing, hey, look, 3 things you can do to increase your energy to lose 10 pounds in the next 2 months. Magnetize, something that's gonna make people think, oh my word. Not vanilla, magnetizing content. Next, make offers. People aren't making offers. Yeah? They're making reels. Yeah? They're making YouTube videos. Make offers. You have to make offers. Like, even the gurus, your favorite gurus who talk about magnetizing, but What are they ultimately doing every single day? They're posting an offer. Hey, get my low ticket, get my mini mind, get my messaging blueprint, like get my sales 10-day accelerator, whatever it might be. You gotta make offers. No offers, no cool offers, you're finished. No program offers, you're finished. No mini mind offers, you're finished. You gotta make offers. And here's probably the most important thing to do, which is what many people don't do. Before anyone pays you $1, do this. Deliver $10,000 value in advance. Do that. Most people won't do that. $10,000 value in advance. That's the doing part. Now, here is the issue in the industry. People are spending 99% of their time on being, 1% on doing. And why is that? Well, because doing involves this. Doing involves rejection. Doing involves shame. You might be shamed for doing. Doing involves uncertainty. Doing involves family doubting, friends and family laughing at you. Doing involves you feeling like you're not enough. So what we do, rather than feeling these uncomfortable elements here, you'd rather, hey, law of attraction, hey, feminine flow, hey, yeah. And I'm not saying attraction isn't bad and vision isn't bad, but if you spend 100 hours on vision and half an hour on offers, like what are we even doing in our lives? What are we doing? Is that making sense? So that's it. So here it is. Here's where the focus must be. The focus must be on having this vision. Okay? Vision starts first. And then in order to carry out that vision, we need to do. So here's the activities to do. But here it is. What the most important thing to do is the most important thing to do is to embrace some of these feelings. It's the human experience. Our mind is telling us to avoid that, but we need to actually embrace that. So, number one, yes, focus on the vision, mindset, flow, meditation. 2, understand that this is gonna happen. Understand that those feelings are gonna be there. But we have to aim to process those feelings. And then that's gonna lead us to make magnetizing content. Number 3, content that's relevant to the bleeding neck problems in the industry. And then you know what? What's gonna happen when we have our vision, we embrace the difficulty, and we actually do things that turn the needle, what's gonna happen? Now we're gonna have more. Now we're gonna have more. So how do we actually have more? Well, money is really reciprocal energy. What do we mean by reciprocal energy? Well, it's what we put out into the universe, what we put out into the world is what comes back. So, in one sense, if we are at 1/8 of our capacity in terms of being, we're only being 1/8 of the person we can be. And we're only doing 1/8 of what we can do. Don't be surprised if you get 1/8 of $1. Second scenario, we times 8 our beingness. We're stronger, we are being something more powerful, which means in terms of what we do, it's times 8, and that's what brings the money. Okay, that's what brings the success. So if we're focusing on, I'm not getting the money, probably not being the person, probably not doing the stuff, because it's cause and effect, right? And so that's what we have to work on. We have to work on that element of reciprocal energy, and then the money will just be a byproduct. The money becomes a byproduct from that point. Okay, cool. So just to round off, yes, be the person, but the true test of being the person isn't from what you say that you are being, it's what the manifestations are in terms of what I can see you doing. And if you are doing, the money's a byproduct. So that's it. That's for me. Make sure that we are actually stepping into that. It's Jay.